Muraho. Amakuru yanyu. Mumeze neza. Hello, how are you? I hope you are doing well. This is your teacher of Kinyarwanda, Denise Umuneza. I'm always happy to be here to help you learn Kinyarwanda. Not only Kinyarwanda, I know that those videos also help people who want to learn English, because my videos are in two languages, English and Kinyarwanda. But my purpose is to give Kinyarwanda students 100 verbs that are useful in everyday life, so that you can improve your conversation. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much for following me. Let's start. Every time we start with the pronunciation of Kinyarwanda, and I want you to repeat after me. Kinyarwanda. And verbs are inshinga. Inshinga. Verbs. As you know, we have started a journey of learning 100 useful verbs in Kinyarwanda. And we have already done 50 verbs. So today I'm giving you another list of 10 verbs. I hope you're doing well and using those verbs in your everyday conversation. Let's start. The first one, to fly. Kuguruka. Kuguruka. We don't use this kuguruka when you talk about fly with a plane, because I know in English you say to fly if you mean you are traveling with a plane. So we only use this for birds, inyoni, for the birds, for the animals that are flying. So we use this for only animals, not for people, unless you can really fly. To forget, that's number 2. Kwibagirwa. Kwibagirwa. Number 3, to give. And I wrote to give to, because to give, there's another verb. Just to give away. But to give to, this have to be followed by someone you're giving to, and it's guha. Guha. To go to. To go to. This is also because we have another verb that is used for to go, kugenda. So this time we are only doing to go to, which is kuja, because this is followed by a place. To have, kugira. Kugira. But you know, most of the time we use mfite. So the difference is kugira is used as infinitive, and when you conjugate in present tense, you use fite. So the stem is going to change, it becomes fite. So mfite, ufite, afite. I hope you remember. Number 6, to hear, kumva. It also means to listen, to understand, to feel. So imagine you have 4 verbs already in English, which can, even the list can be bigger, and it's only one verb in Kinyarwanda, because this verb is very important. We also use it for talking about senses. So if you say like to touch something, sometimes you say, I want to touch this. Ndashaka kumva, like to feel it, like to know the texture of something. I want to test. If you eat the food, oh, ndashaka kumva uko bimeze. I want to test how the food is. So see, you use kumva. So you can use with different senses, but most of the time we use for to hear, listen, understand, and feel. Kumva. Number 7, to hurt. To hurt someone is kubabaza. Kubabaza. Remember the B in Kinyarwanda, it's between vowels, it has to be soft B. Kubabaza. To know. Kumenya. This is the same family with kugira, to have, because they have a different stem when you conjugate them in present tense. You conjugate this, I know, you use Z, like nzi. Nzi, I know. Uzi, you know. Azi, she knows, he knows. So we will need another stem, not this stem, to conjugate this verb. So I'm giving you a list of verbs, of course, but the conjugation will come later, slowly, one by one. And you know, in class we always go through the conjugation. We go through the conjugation, and I explain verbs one by one. The exception, I explain regular verbs and irregular verbs. Number 9 is to live or come from. I put this together because sometimes in the context it can be like to come from. Most of the time we use kuva for come from. Kuva. Kuva mvuye murugo. I'm coming from home. Also the conjugation is irregular. And then we can also use for leave, like I leave home like at 7. Mva murugo saa moya. So it can be both, but most of the time it's come from. When you talk about a place you're coming from, like now, like you reach a place and you're telling people, I'm coming from town, I'm coming from work. So that's the kuva that you're using. Not to come from as a country or origin. To leave gutura. This also is irregular because when you conjugate, you say I live, you say nuye. So it's changed also a bit at the end because it's not nura, it's nuye. It's also irregular. Thank you so much. I hope this is going to be somehow useful because I know you are looking for the conjugation and how you can use those verbs in a sentence. Don't worry. Just first learn the vocabulary and later on you are going to learn how to conjugate. So if you want to talk about kwibagirwa, guha, kuja, so you have a list of some verbs you can use. And I know most of the time when I do these things, it's more to just help people to know how to pronounce words. So you can just listen and watch the videos, but this is more useful to people who are taking classes, of course, because you have gone through these verbs and what you are looking for is more practice. So that's why I'm making the videos like not really in full details like conjugation and stuff, because I know students who have already taken the lessons, they know how to do the conjugation. And what you do is just when you see a regular verb, you can know how to conjugate it. But don't worry, if you also are not taking the classes, I'm going to give you some hints about how to conjugate verbs in Kinyarwanda. So this will come later when we finish our list of verbs and list of vocabulary so that you can start to learn more structure about this language. I hope you like it. And we still have another list of 40 verbs that we are going to do in few months. So I'm giving you bit by bit so that you don't feel frustrated or overwhelmed, like, oh, that's too much. 100 verbs in one video maybe might be too much. But remember, my aim is to help you so you can at least, if you can do every week, do 10 verbs. Every week, study 10 verbs, study 10 words, vocabulary, so that you can try to memorize them. And when it comes to make sentences, then it's gonna be easy. Thank you so much. See you next time. Nahu utaha.